Good evening, everybody, and anyone who's out there. Who've we got so far? Ulfric, good evening. Yes, you do win stuff, so knock that on the head. Good evening, Jack. Hello, Mark. Love you, Mark. And it's the Tomo. So, tonight we have some... I've got a box opening. I don't know if there's a box there, look. I'm going to do a bit of a box opening tonight. It's quite a big one. Hi, Archnate. So, what else? I have a box from Germany. Oh, Protec models to the house. That's going there to be opened in a minute. I've already opened it, but I've got that to do. We've got the tanks to do. We've got some tanks to finish off today. I've got some new brushes to try, and I'm going to have a bit of a test giveaway later on, probably around about 8 o'clock-ish. I'm going to do a set of tanky traps. So it's tank week. If anyone wants to try these on an X-Wing table, I approve of using these in X-Wing as well. These do stop X-Wings from flying over them, just so you know. Thank you very much, Ulfric. That's much appreciated. The tank, the huge resin tank, is still on offer for the end of the week. End of next week, or Thursday next week. Week today. So, where we go? Painting. I got this sent over today, and it is X-Wing traps. It's a trap. Sorry, Mark. Here we go. Talking X-Wing. Just for you. So, this is from Redgrass. This is from Redgrass Gaming. Redgrass Games. They have sent us some bits. They've sent. I've already opened it, so they've sent me a 00, one of their dry brushes, and one of their number 2s. I've had a quick look at them. These look pretty nice. Love you, Salty. So these are these were sent to me to use on my streams as part of a sponsorship thing that they do. There was an everlasting wet palette. There's some handles and the attachments. And then there is one of Angel Gildares's Mark, you just have to Google me. It's all over the place, and it's the business address. And if anyone wants to know where I am, right here. I haven't moved and don't intend to move. So yes, the centre's a load of bits to basically use on the stream. I spoke to them and I was quite honest with them. I says, I've been using your wet palette for ever, basically since it came out as the Kickstarter. I got them on Kickstarter. I've got 6 of the painting handles on the Kickstarter. So I've got that. I've already read this book. I think I've passed this book on to Jack because I read it, and then obviously I've passed it on because it has got some. So it does go into how to use their products at the start, which is really handy. Then it has the basics of colour theory, and then dilution of paint, then various brush handling techniques, then blending using the wet palettes, magic tips, So, Paul, come on the right place. So it's actually everlasting then, as per the... Mine has lasted a long time so far. I think I've had mine more than 12 months. So yeah, the book is really, really good read. So what we're going to do is, we're not going to do this as a stream giveaway, because we already do a lot of stream giveaways. I'm going to be using the brushes, so because I do lick my brushes, I'm not going to give them away. Sorry. But what I am going to give away is over on Facebook over the weekend. I've got a couple of competitions to run, so there's going to be quite a bumper week for competitions. We're going to be running one for the wet palette set, one for the basically it's going to be one giveaway for red grass, and basically it's going to be one for... that's better, Paul. Yeah, so I'm going to give one handle away with all of the accessories, one wet palette away, and it's the big kit, it's the proper full-on kit, and one of Angel Gildara's painting books. So I spoke to them and I said, I was honest, and I said, do you mind if I give them away? And they were more than happy for us to give these away as part of a bit of a promotion. As I say, we use all their products already. Hi Dan. We even have the Protect Sands. So I've got 6 of the handles with stuff on. So going through it is Foxy's mine, Foxy's mine, test dude. I didn't get a chance. I've been working on scenery all day, Paul, but I tell you what, I will have a look. If you provide me with a link, I will have a look in a bit. I want to give this synthetics. They are synthetic, but they are really, really nice. I love the handles. The red handle looks fantastic, and they've got really soft. Yeah, really soft. Hello, X-Wing Tavern Wars. So, as I say, I'll run it for a couple of weeks on over on our Facebook, and then just go with that as a bit of a giveaway. It's going to be a like, share, subscribe thing, usual promotion, blah de blah de blah. Going down the stuff that we've been doing, I'm going to get these finished tonight, so I'm going to have a full set of finished tanks for World of Tanks. I tried one of these onto a bit of wood, and then speaking to Snowy earlier, I think that I'm going to go down the route. I'm going to try it on one of these that I've already painted, is popping these off, yeah, and then building them into scenery. They're just a little bit too thin. Thank you for the follow, Dan. In here is fine, mate. I don't mind. At the end of the day, it's another local business in the same time as we are struggling, so it's all fine. I don't mind advertising like-minded souls out there. So yeah, the tank traps like that look absolutely cool, and then dropping them onto a bit of MDF or just a bit of card and putting them down and then gluing them all in place, I think they'll work really well. So yeah, I'm going to have another play around with them, but I'm also going to give someone on the stream a chance to have a play around with them. And what I'm going to do is, I have a full set of the traps. It's one of each design. I think there is, oh, there's 2 of some of them. So there's you're getting a set, but if you win these set, you're getting this set. So, basically, I need to test the raffle system later on. I'm going to do a subscribers raffle for a couple of points, and winner gets a tank trap set, which is in keeping with what we're doing at the moment. All things tanking and X-Wing. Definitely X-Wing. All the X-Wing. So the first thing out the bag, I've actually got it up. I've got the Tank Museum up on there, Paul, and I can actually see the picture. It has some of my favourite. I must admit, Tamiya is one of my favourite model companies. Some of you that know me really closely know that I used to race remote control cars. I had basically a high appreciation. They weren't always the best racing platform out there, but Tamiya had a set of RC cars called the TRFs, Tamiya Racing Factory, and they were absolutely gorgeous. Carbon fibre parts. There was aluminium bulkheads and all that sort of stuff. I had one of the first ever TRFs, 410 or 411, and it was serial numbered, and oh wow, when I sold it, I literally just sold the RC kit on its own, and I got in excess of £1,000 for just the rolling chassis. They were a beautiful piece of kit. So Dawnstone for the tracks. Hi Egan, how are you doing? We'll get the tracks done. All over the country, Mark. There's a few of us used to run at TRCC, Teesside Radio Control Club, or Teesside Buggy Club, but did Halifax, Tibshelf, Air Valley back in the day. This is going back into the 90s as well. We used to drive quite a bit, probably about as much as they are quite nice. As I say, I'm just doing the dry brush, and it's a stiff dry brush. I wouldn't say it's the same as one of our soft ones. Yeah, I've raced at Halifax a couple of times. The on-road track, the tarmac track, was really nice. I moved in the last years of doing it. I basically moved from doing racing to drifting, and I helped set up drifting in the northeast up here, and we got the club up and running and all that sort of stuff. Catch you in a bit, Matt. Paul, sorry. Yeah, I raced just after leaving school. As soon as I could drive, one of my friends took us to a local track, and I was on the committee. I helped build tracks. I even managed to get a visit from a gentleman called Atoshi Mizunaga, who is on my Facebook friends. Atashi Mizunaga, from Japan, and he's done. There we go. That's the tracks. Sorry, I should be on close up. He built tracks for Tamiya and stuff like that, and has his own company called Tetsujin, who do race curbing and stuff like that for remote control cars, mainly drift stuff, because it's a lot easier to do the corners and stuff for drifting, as opposed to you need quite flat or quite abrupt corners on racing. So yeah, I was set to go to Worlds just before I found out about this weird thing called X-Wing. I'd been having issues at work and stuff like that, and I decided at that point that ProTech would change direction. I met Stephen at Beanies. That all changed the outlook on what I was doing. At the time I was out of work, Stephen helped me start the commission stuff that I was doing a lot more. Lots of encouragement from people at Beanies to do it. I started producing X-Wing paint jobs, and the rest is history. And you stuck with me. Yeah, tanks are good, Jack. Problem is, the tanks are a fortune. I know a friend has a 8th scale tank at his garage up at Barnard Castle. A few times I've asked for it, but never managed to get it out of him yet. One of these days. But it's all wood framed. It's got electric wheelchair engines and drive controllers and stuff like that. It's fantastic. So this brush is canny. I've used other brushes like this. It'd be interesting to see the wear rate on it. But that's actually... Off this, I would probably start stocking these. They are... That's my worry, Jack. When I raced remote control cars, I had over 20. And those cars without radio gear and stuff like that ranged from my top entry one had probably cost me the best part of £1,000, and then I had a full collection. I had a TRF 411, 412, 413, 414, 415, 416, 417 and 418 just on the wall, hung up as like trophy cars sort of thing. And they were all round about at least £500 each, and it just got to the point where I was like, yeah. I sold my main drift car and bought into X-Wing, and we were at wave 6 at the time, and I bought 2 of every ship, every faction across the board. So that's that. There you go. That is... I'm going to clean it as well and have a look how it cleans up. But yeah, I have a really nice feel for that. As I said, I got into X-Wing and I've never looked back since. I'll continue to do X-Wing because of social side of it. I think everyone in this chat I've met because of X-Wing. So there's no way I'm going to ever give up on X-Wing. Even if it's just a social thing and going away with everyone to have a bit of fun, chuck some dice around a table, and that sort of stuff. It does scare me, the tanks, but I'll be honest with you, if you were interested in getting one, then I probably wouldn't be too hard pushed to be convinced as well. I'd have to probably sell some stuff to do it, but so that's had some pretty... Let me get that dry properly. Yeah. I remember. It's strange because two of the people are in here. I remember going to an event. That head's perfect again. That's actually cleaned. The bezel hasn't moved. There's no play in it, and it's still really strong. So I would recommend them. They're really nice. I'm not just saying that because they've sent me them. You know, I've said some of the brushes that I've had in the past haven't been perfect for me. The brushes are a personal thing. Some brushes work for some people and they don't work for others. It's just one of those things. I would recommend giving one of these a go. Right, I'm going to Google RC tanks. Jack, it needs to be a Tamiya if you're going to do it. I won't go any other way. And I would probably want the Tiger. Anyway, yes, as I was saying, one of the best events that I've been to. I played atrociously. I took 2 Aether sprites because, yeah, it was just going to be that way. I can't remember. I'll dig it out and have a look. Not a mouse, no. The TO was a bit of a meth, but we can let Mark off for that. And I think me and Jack dropped out after 2 rounds and sat at the back of the room because my knee was in pieces and my pain meds weren't working. And we just sat there and chatted for... Yay! I got a trigger! It was a great day, and hats off to the TO. He did a great job on the day. Yes, it was. It was when I'd blown my knee out and I drove down, and yeah, there was definite pew-pews. I think we had two or three games at the most, and we just sat at the back and had a chill out, and it was great. And as I said, X-Wing brought me out of one hobby into this. I can see us going back into it with the tanks. Right. So, flat brown. Is that the flat brown? Flat brown. Because if I don't, Jack's here and he'll shout at me for not doing the handles. It depends if you go for full mod or part mod or just the plastic kit or yeah. It can. There we go. Oh, hang on. So, these are synthetic. Where? Oh, I'm just going to use this. I don't know where my thinners have gone. So I'll just use some of that pure water. Yes, they can, Jack. Again, it depends on what you're after and how you're set for doing it. So I'm just doing the spade and the axe handles because I really don't want Jack shouting at me. Even if he is distracted and looking at remote control tanks. Down the edge a little bit, just so it fills the cool. Has this got this will have one somewhere. Yeah, there we go. You always need a... Good evening, Kinger. Handles get priority over Google. I have noticed it's only the German and only the British tanks that have the handles on the axe and the spade on the outside. Don't know why. Oh, a bit of brown there. Go. I'm going to do the I'm going to do the axe head. He says, trying to get... Oh, yep. None comes out and then it all comes out at once. I need a new gory red. So it's holding the tip. I don't know if you can see that, but it is holding the tip. It'll depend what it is, Kinger, and how cheap it is at the moment. I may have just bought a new game today. Technically I can blame Steed and Snowy, but in all honesty it was definitely me this time. So there you go. I'm going to do the... He says, looking for the black paint. Yeah, that's about right, Jack. I'm going to do the spade heads in black. There it is. I couldn't find it there. Someone stole the spade. I'm going to leave the strap that holds it in the same colour as the tank, because it probably would be painted in the same colours as the tank. Being a fixture or fitting to the tank. There you go. And the same on this one. There we go. Just adds a bit of colour to it. Still think the Tiger one. So yeah, that size 2, other than when I didn't roll it. The pointers stayed pretty spot on. I'd like to get that on some blending and stuff like that, see how it turns out. Ooh, Ash has been painting more Order Station. I'll have a look at that in a bit. Yeah, you can get battle sets for them, so that you can use them to fight with and stuff like that. Abrams and Sheridan both £1,000. Wow. So, what was I going to look at? So, I'm going to call those two done. They do need the decals putting on for the insignias and stuff like that. But for now, they are the same as the rest. Yeah. So here is the tanks that we have completed. We have done the... Sorry, that's American, not British. These are the British. They are quite big, yeah. They work out about the same size as the 10th scale RC cars. So yeah, we've got those two. Dund. I'll get them the wrong way around because I keep bending the SU's gun. So we have the T-34 and the SU, which we've done. We've then got the Stug and the Panzer, which are going back in there. And as you've seen, the M3 Lee and Sherman that we've just done. And then the Kinger sponsored yes, very bright one. If they are what they are, Kinger, they would have to be cheap because I've already got two of them. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, I do have two sets. So as far as tanks go, we've got these done. I'm going to do the other bits and pieces, probably a couple of bits next week. Tank tops, I want to finish a couple of bits off with that. Still want to get some work in with these fellas today if I can. I've got the German ones to do. Sorry, yeah. So we've still got on the table to do is we've got the KV2. Yeah, starter set and wave 1 is now completed. We were told that wave 2 might be coming this week, so with any luck. So I've got my Tiger and I've got my Ferdinand. So I've said about a box up. I'll open to that one. So yeah, I was on that one. So I've said about a box opening. Thank you for the follow, Adam. As I said, I'll come back to these in a bit. And yeah, no worries, mate. Thank you for. If they are dirt cheap, then I wouldn't see any reason why I wouldn't be interested. Because I'm always interested in nice, shiny, cheap things. So, Snowy and Steve had a go of a game some time ago. I have a copy through reasons from a friend. So this is Moonstone. And I know it's off tank topic, but the reason I'm showing Moonstone, it's a miniatures game and it has some really class models in it. You've got Doug the Flatulent, Vicious Midget, Beaky Bobby. These are all the goblins, and then Grub. So I think that's the 4 for their team, and then Flintlock, Baron Von Fancy Bat, Eric the Squire, and Friar Flavillus. Yeah, I got this about a year ago. They've just done a special offer, a Christmas offer. So, yeah, Flatulent. It is Doug the Flatulent. Sorry, Mark. It's X-Wing Moonstone. So yeah, it's a really cool game system. Snowy told us about it some time ago. I can't remember. I think I got a special edition figure in amongst all these somewhere. I think this might be the Kickstarter. I could ask the person who sent me it if he's listening. And then you get the packs of cards for the characters, and then there's a little Moonstone tape measure and some tokens. What is in here? So yeah, it all runs off cards, and it looked really cool. I know, obviously Snowy and Steve had a game of it and said it was really fun, really quirky. It's not a big game. It's not going to be 40k. It's not going to be your X-Wing or anything like that. I bought it, and I'm just going with the little goblins. Doug the Flatulent. And there's a dry board marker because there's things to write on. What were these? Oh, the dice are... You're basically mining for Moonstone, yeah? And depending how far you dig, you've got D4s. So, right, you've got that many Moonstone mines. So, they're 2's deep, 4 deep, 2 deep, 1 deep, 1 deep. And it's the roll of the dice that says how deep the Moonstones are. And it was like, oh, that is really cool. And yeah, that's the whole thing of the game, is getting Moonstones and little farty goblins, as you've just said. But they've just done a starter set that's got cards. It's got the hardback version of this. It's got the starter set, 2-player starter set, and it's got the hardback rulebook, and 2 extra big goblins, one for each faction, and it's £69 for it all. Now this is normally 55 or 60 on its own, so you're getting a lot of really nice bits and pieces on top of what you get. I'm just getting it's a Christmas starter bundle offer. You get the 2-player starter set, a Moonstone card deck, rules pamphlet, 4 human miniatures, 4 goblin miniatures, 40 blue energy counters, 7 4-sided dice, 2 6-sided dice, 1 Moonstone measuring widget, which I didn't get in this one. I just got the tape measure. Then you get Gotcha Gut the Giant, Boulder the Troll, and the 104-page hardback book as well. And to be honest, for 70 quid, it's a cracking little offer. And being really nice, I'll say, if anyone wants it, it's over there. No affiliation to me. It's just I had a copy of it. I've painted a copy of it. I've still got that. I believe these were Kickstarter versions, so there was a couple of extra bits. Maybe that's why there is the tape measure and not a widget. Widgety. So, the box opening that I wanted to do, I'm going to move my brushes out the way because I really don't want to squash them. I don't know, Tomo knows what this is, and I think a few do. So we got a box today. I'm going to have to switch to the chatting view. This is Etherfields. It's still sealed, look. So, if I remember rightly, remember the old trick of banding strap, flip over, pull a hand grenade pill. It's not a tank, Jack. I wish it was. Probably be a lot lighter. There we go. How to remove a bat. I'm not using my clippers. Wow, Mr. Eden. Yeah, I think so. As you can tell, we're not set up for box openings just yet. I wasn't expecting this to come, but as I'm expecting X-Wing ships to be in here and have X-Wing content, I thought there is that, and then you probably break them by cutting banding straps with them. Yes, I have got the full, barring the Cats expansion and the Kings expansion, I've got the full sun-dropped Nemesis set. Probably one of the best games I've ever bought. Oh, I'm just about to knock my cups over. So, we're opening up. So, I'll take the foam out first. There's a bag in the top. I don't know if anyone's seen it yet. So, there is a Vanguard Pack. ISS Vanguard is one of their next Kickstarters. I'm on the group and I've seen a few things for it. Ex Fortitudina Vitaris. And I think it's an art book again. We had an art book last time. So there is a pretty cool dog tag. So that's pretty cool dog tag. And then some Ether Fields bits on there. Open here. Dear Backer, we're delighted to shoot. I'll have a read of that, but there is a thank you letter in there. That looks cool. They do this all the time. They put a lot of effort into their thank yous and stuff like that. And then obviously we've got the dog tags. And then artwork from their new game, which is going to be ISS Vanguard. If I remember rightly, this one isn't going to Kickstart. It's going to their new system. I think it was Crowdox or something like that. I can't remember what it's. But there's a new system and they're going to run it on that. So I'm looking forward to it. See how it goes. See what it does. There was a little secret envelope here. Replace 9 cardboard keys from the game with these metal keys. 4 collectible gift keys. Oh, so there's keys for the game instead of the cardboard ones. It's nice. Hidden under a little foam pad. So the game. 5th player expansion. That's a complete sealed box. I'll open it in a minute. Creatures of Ether Fields. I have a feeling these may be sun dropped as well. I can't remember. Tom will tell me. Did I go silly on this one or did I go silly on this one? That's quite a light box actually. So that is, I don't know, Ether Fields. Bet that's card sleeve pack. Oh, go on. I'll get that one in a minute. Oh, we should have got the other one now. Pack of Ether Fields cards. Yeah, possibly that. Oh! That is monstrous. Oh! Game mat. The fact that the game mat's there, Tomo, I think you're right. Oh. Another Etherfields box. Right, I'm hoping that is... hopefully everything. So yeah, I don't know which one's which. Etherfields and my word, this is heavy as well. I'm gonna go for the heaviest first. Let's go to the painting pictures, see if I can. I'm keeping this one. Fuck's sake. Yeah. It is opened. So it has lost its value. So it's now mine. Mine. All mine. I believe buy value Tomo will probably remember better than me. I know this isn't all of it. Grab factory hair quickly. Oh, Corona. Game found. This is now a limited edition, on stream promoted. So I believe this is I went all in with this, if I remember rightly. So, and I mean all in. I think it was £500, Tomo. So there's all the bits and pieces. I don't want to read into that because I don't want to read stuff that I'm not meant to yet. The various sleeves, which is interesting. That's the game board that I believe the mat replaces. That is absolutely beautiful artwork. So it's all dream state and stuff like that. It's all to do with dreamings, and so loads of hate, pain, insomnia, insight. So yep. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here, let alone I think there is still loads to come. There is envelopes, I'm presuming, for game state stuff. Wow. Look at all of them cards. Must remember to ring Darren Wren. Wow. I know these are only what they call sun dropped, which is basically a... let me get this pack out so we can have a look through. Yeah, the old sleeving joke. Who's joking? So, obviously I don't know what these game pieces are and what they do yet, but I will definitely be looking into it. They are heavy plastic, but yeah, plastic. There is, obviously there's a penguin, there's, I'm sure I'm going to find out what all of these are when we play. And yeah, that's beautiful. That. Yeah, I think it's a plague doctor of some description. That's some sort of Hydra. We have a Skeksis. Some sort of masked. I think they're all demons and all stuff like that. Let me pop that back on there. Again, it's really good quality. Yeah. Two words, possibly one word. Lockdown. That is absolutely gorgeous. It depends how you do it. I'm going with lock down. Yeah, that is fantastic. So these are some of the bigger pieces that are in the bottom of the box. Some sort of seer, clairvoyant. Yeah, I was even seeing the renders and the pictures. I was a little bit. Could be either way. Holy moly! I think they're empty packets. So yeah, that is gorgeous. I'm going to open the other ones and have a look. I'm sorry if I've turned this into a box opening with Lee, but there's the usual blue crystals, standees, some plastic, different tokens, the nice plastic, more beads, some dice. So that's quite nice. Card quality's spot on. So you've got the cards in packs. I'm not going to start opening these yet. Oh. Someone phone Darren. So that's one side of the cards. These are all of the big bits. Yeah. I haven't found any dragons yet, Kinget. I have backed a dragon Kickstarter. Again, it was one. I've had no notification that it's coming, but I did go deep on that one as well. But it wasn't the Awakened Realms either. So let me put these bits away for now. So that into there. Yes, it is Tantaris. I've got the all-in super backer, everything from before. So this is the second box from Etherfields. I think you helped me choose what to get in that, didn't you? Etherfields box 2 opened. Can't send it back now. It does look awesome again. Oh, that heavy box is just card sleeves. They're just all packs of card sleeves. There must be packs of 100, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 packs of 100 normal sleeves. And they're 50s, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 packs of the big ones, and another pack. Wow. I wonder if Darren's busy for the next 6 months. So yeah, that is just one whole box. Yes, it's just one game, Jack. It's called Ether Fields. Yeah, that is an indication of how many cards there is. This isn't even all of it. This is only wave 1. There's wave 2 as well. So Ether Fields. I'm almost certain that this hasn't got half of the stuff with it yet, mate. I paid for split delivery, so I got the delivery. That looks like the Sunday after lockdown. Who wants the rule book to learn it? So I'm seeing these red tags, and I'm presuming, or I'm guessing, that these red tags are for sun-dropped versions. Message Rainbow. The sun-dropped versions for... oh, it's a top opener. Dead State. Where's Dead State? So yeah, it's a bit interesting to open. I'm trying not to break it, or rip it, or do damage, because yeah, there we go. Of Nemesis, yeah, Nemesis was just as big. Oh, and these are, I think they are. They are. These are gorgeous. I saw renders of these. So these are deck holders, and they're magnetized, and it holds the decks of cards in. Sorry, can we go to the big one? And then the cards go in there, and obviously they are, and there's, as I say, that was one of the stretch goals for the all-in pack, and there is 5 of them in the box. They are beautiful, bloody gorgeous. Them, yeah. You know I have a thing for Awakened Realms, but so far these boxes have been out of this world. Like a kid at Christmas, just a couple of months early. I've only got a couple left now. So, the Creatures of Ether Fields. We've got the next Nemesis due as well. Not due, but the next Nemesis is slowly creeping closer. Ether Fields. A list of the usual thing. They do this all the time. They show you where everything goes, and they show a picture of the empty box, which I think is really cool. So that's what they look like as just standard plastic. So you get them all there. But obviously the sun-dropped versions. Wow, there's your Plague Doctor. That's an amazing Plague Doctor. These are absolutely gorgeous. They do warrant an absolutely stunning paint job, but I think I'll just stick to this paint scheme. It looks phenomenal, and it's very dream state. It's very, yeah, very much how. Oh, look at the wolf dog thing. Oh. There. Let me just test something. Where did I put the ruler? I thought they were magnets on the bottom, but they're not. They're just, I think, just the places where the paws and that fit in. Which is cool. So yeah, look, they are all like horror creatures and stuff. What the? A cardboard box, man. Oh, look at that. Cardboard box, man. You've got like a frog with ladybird wings. A grotesque mimic cabinet. But yeah, that's the monsters of Ether Fields. I don't know if that's standard or whether these are stretch goals at the moment, because looking at it, it doesn't show. So I think I went for the collector's all-in Dream. Game Found Dream God Collector's all-in edition. All modelled in Sundrop. Art of cards. Yeah, so I think there's Advanced Heroes. There is the Metal Keys. The Funeral Witch isn't there. I've not seen the stretch goals either. Yeah, unless this is the last box is the stretch goals box. No, this is the 5th player. So we haven't had the stretch goals. Yeah, there's no... The creatures. So I've got the core box, Creatures of Etherfields box. So I don't have the Funeral Witch. Don't have the Sinks campaign. I do have the card holders. I've not seen the art book, unless it's in the Etherfields box itself, but there's no art book. The playmats here. 5th player expansion, which has all the player boards and, whoa, more figures. Let's have a look at these figures. Yeah, it could be, because there's still, looking at that, I'll have a quick look in a minute. So that's obviously the 5th character if you want to play. And obviously then you get all of the cards, you get the standy bits, the tokens for them, all of their cards. Do not open this deck until you unlock the secret mode. So yeah, so that's Reaper, which is the other player, 5th player. It's nice that there's a 5-player option. Yeah, additional hero, if they can be called heroes. And again, the boxes are absolutely fantastic, top-notch quality. So outstanding, I have what looks like the stretch goals, Funeral Witch, Sphinx Campaign, sleeves for the add-ons, alternative heroes, alternative creatures, because they were in the special editions set, and the stretch goals. I'm just double checking the stretch goals. It hasn't got a picture of the stretch goals, so yeah, the Sphinx did look amazing, and the cards. Which look cool. They do look cool. So, yes. Haven't Jack, the pledge all in was, I think they gave free delivery on it. Oh yeah, wave 1 contents, 2 dice, token standard cards, first wave creatures, second wave stretch goals. I think there is only 2 waves. Yeah, so in the second wave you will get sturdy cardboard box, plastic insert with clear engraved top and deck separators. Models, the Harpy model in Sundrop, She Wonderful, Harpy tokens, Harpy sign, loads of cards, big cards, second wave expansions, so the Sphinx expansion, Funeral Witch expansion, sleeves, deck holders, metal keys, some of them, they're the add-ons, and then art book does come in the next one, yeah. So yeah, there's Riddler expansion, Lucid Dream expansion. Some of these I've not seen. She-Wolf expansion. I'm wondering if a lot of them are stretch goals. I hope so. Good evening, Doom Fairies. You've just missed the opening boxy review of Aetherfields, one of Awakened Realms games. I'm still... Martin, or both of you. So, good evening, Joe. Yeah. Yes. So, this box contains card sleeves for the first part of the game. These are all packs of 50 and packs of 100. There's nearly 3,000 card sleeves in the box. But yeah, it's worth going back and having a look through. Their art books are fantastic. I'll get the... I don't normally recommend Kickstarters because of how Kickstarters work, but in all honesty, I've not, other than my own stupidity, and it was my own stupidity, I've not been let down by Awakened Realms on any of their fronts yet. And I've backed loads of them. Aetherfields was one. I've also got Tainted Grail due, and that'll be my second copy of it because I messed up. That was one I messed up on. I didn't get it in the wave for wave. So this is the Vanguard, ISS Vanguard, which is their new one that they're doing. So they always put an art book. It'll be a little scratched. There we go. And some bits for the next game in, which is really cool. So I've already had stuff for Aetherfields out of some bits and pieces. And yeah, their art books, I'm trying to be careful with it, gearing up. There's a storyboard going through. It's like a, the first part of it is like a graphic novel, and then there's descriptions on how they've done certain parts, points of interest, collecting discoveries. So you're going to get what looks like card sleeve holders for stuff that you've worked at. I'm not seeing any miniatures, so I don't know if it's a miniatures or just a card game, but it looks good. And we're in the community for it on Facebook, and they've been given the community options of which version of the art book cover do you prefer, which version of the rule book cover do you prefer. So they've been taking on board what people have been saying about it, so that was really cool. As for playing it, yes, I will sort something out for when the horribleness is all locked out. Where is the stream stuff? So I'm going to do a oh, thanks for the follow, Adam, over on Facebook. I hadn't seen that. It's just popped up. So Cloudbot. So giveaways. I'm doing a full set of. Did I actually knock the camera? Or just it was just that. Yeah. So I'm going to give away a set of the 3D printed tank traps. So there's 2 squares, there is 2 triangles, there is opposite ones of them, which if you do it right turn into like a U shape, which normally goes around a gun battery in here. So the giveaway is for a set of them tonight. It's a subscriber giveaway, so you need to be a subscriber to enter. We have 1 set. I won't lie, it's more to do with a test on the system to see if the system's fixed. It might not be, but so subscriber giveaway. Oops, I nearly started it with the wrong details in. Tank trap set. Hey up, beast. Oh, good timing, Snipe. I'm just going to do it for a 10-minute one. Subscribers only, moderators as well, but that's usual. Timer is enabled. It is a 10-minute giveaway. Ticket costs are 10 credits each. That's a bargain, people. Maximum of 50, which was what we had last time. A subscriber bonus doesn't really affect you because you're all subscribers anyway. So that's all set to go. And giveaway starteth now. Oh, come. There we go. Hey, whoa, whoa. Ah! Ooh! I didn't just punch the camera. Yay, it worked. We're all good. We're all good. It's working. It's working, I tell you. I just clouted my camera. It is still, yep, still working. Most tickets ever sold. 220, 250. Yeah. 1 bacon sandwich. I'll trade yours for a bacon sandwich, Snow. I'll just have a quick look. Everything seems to be going through okay there. Shop all. Tanks. Scale. Oh, there is some nice tanks on there. So Paul was telling us that the Tank Museum shop has some 100 scale tanks on, reasonably cheap, and some of them look cool. There's a nice 131 there. Raffle. Everyone's doing the rafflings. Yeah, they've got all the Zesta stuff in, which looks cool. IS3, IS2, £4.25 for some of these tanks. The Stuart. KV1. SU-152. There's a lot of these that we've been playing with. Look, see how many people are on this. That's 285 tickets. That's absolute amazing. Yeah, 1 second. And thanks to Paul if he's about. He sent us the link earlier on, and it's just a tank museum. They're a charity, so I'm presuming all of this goes to help keep the Bovington going. Is it Bovington? I'm sure it's Bovington. There's some really nice. I think Snowy would look great in one of those. Tank slippers, Sherman tank slippers. Tank museum beer, tank chocolate. Modelling, loads of modelling stuff, paint sets. Seem to have a lot of Tamiya, a lot of Meg. We went for Zesta, 33 Zestas in there. So the KV2 in there, promotions, 425 for some of them, and yeah, they've got the mouse in there. Oh, the mouse looks cool. Whoa, they've got the Strum Tiger. That Strum Tiger looks amazing. There's Zvezda stuff, isn't there? It's either RRP or less. So the tanks that we were paying, like I paid £6 for a couple of the tanks that I picked up, and they're actually cheaper on there than a toy shop, which is so. Let's do. I'm going to get, just because I need to do it quickly, I'm going to get the big brush on these. Must buy some more Dawnstone. Dry brush. You mean the shop when you go down there? So it's just a Dawnstone dry brush over the top. I've not seen anything. It might be worth dropping Beanies a message if anyone has or hasn't. So, as I had pointed out to me, the the Ferdinand was never in Wish I had a PlayStation to play on. By the way, she's sat up there absolutely loving it. I'm not saying she's lording it all over her friends, but yeah, I can see a couple of them getting it for Christmas. It was one thing as a kid, I didn't really have all of the... Yeah, I wasn't going to get it. I wasn't going to get away with it, so get away with selling it when Zoe loves the PlayStation. So she's got it. It's in her bedroom now. She's playing on it. I think she's playing Fallout? Not Fallout. The game that all the kids play. Mark can go off, people. Fortnite, that's one. Yeah, Zoe's been doing bits and pieces on it. It does look good. So Mark, right, I wonder how many people actually know me well. My first computer. Yeah. So, in chat, guess my first computer and... I know. You're still in the chat because if you... so yeah, there we go. If you can guess my first computer, one guess each, and you've all locked in now. If the first person to get it, I will give them a 1,000 credits on their account. I say I will. I'm probably hope that in the hope that Foxy will help me out on that count. So as I'm saying, I'm just dry brushing this over. Most of it's done, but barring, again, we're just doing the dry brush method on these ones. That was a close one, Kinger. Computer, console, whatever you want. It's the first computer that I had. I have talked to some people about having one. So, I'll just finish doing this. I'll draw the raffle. And then if anyone guesses it, I think we have talked about it, Ash. Computer or console, because it could have been either. Mark's not far wrong. Oh, by the way, anyone that did say Abacus just lost 1,000 credits thanks to Foxy taking that off them. more to do with how many of you think I was posh enough to own an abacus? Oh, I would have loved that. Have you seen the size of that thing? So there we go. Dungle growl ish. CPC. Right, you can all have a second guess if and I'll run this competition now. And I got in there. Streamlabs. Yeah, actually, I'm more saying PC. What I'm more saying is because both were around, it could be either or. First thing that I used for gaming or home computing. It could be either. Definitely haven't seen it. I've had a lot of what people have said. So someone has actually guessed my second one. So tank traps. Tank traps. Tank traps. Tank traps. We have a lot of entries. 287 entries. I know they were cheap, but so in the entries we have Jack, Ash, Doom Fairies, Boo Boo, Ulfric, GDT, Ninja, Flaky, and Kinger. So if it's for you, then you need to knock the 3 off the front of it. So yay, well done, Mark. So the winner of the tank traps is Kinger. Now I want to see these done really well. I think I've got some other stuff for you. So well done, Kinger, and thank you everyone for helping me test fix. It's always a fix. If people didn't call fix, I'd be very disappointed. Let me just put Kinger's name on the bag because I do tend to forget. I think I've got other stuff. See, you didn't win. So I'll close that. Complete. I'm going to give you a countdown of 10 to guess which computer. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What the hell's a ZPX? Oh, right, okay. So, my second ever computer or console-y type thing was the Acorn Electron. So, who was it that was the closest? Smog Monster said Acorn Electron. I know a few of you said Acorn. And Apple and what was it? BBC Acorn, but it was an Acorn Electron. but that wasn't the first one that I had. Sorry, it was the third one. Third. It was the third computer I had. Ah, there you go. A little acorn, yeah. The second computer I had was a Sinclair ZX81. So does anyone want to guess at the first computer? Because it was before the ZX81. Does anyone even know what the ZX81 was? Yeah, Foxy gets the ZX80. Kawasaki Ninja. Yeah. Yeah, the first computer I ever owned was a ZX80. I upgraded to the ZX81 because I got sick of having to type the game in. So you had to basically type. You actually guessed it in the... Oh, so you don't even know what a ZX80 is? Wait, Tamagotchis actually had more processing power than a ZX80. Oh, okay. Give yourself 1,000 credits. Oh, you did? Sorry. Oops. At least one of my admins keeps me right. Yeah, all that. But yeah, you basically had to ZX128. Yeah, that was that the Spectrum. It was a derivative of the Spectrum. I learned because they did the 128, they did the Plus, and then they did the Plus 2, which was the built-in tape deck, and then the Plus 3, which was the built-in 3.5-inch floppy that Martin loves. And then there was the Amstrad CPC 464, which was just a rebadged version of the Spectrum with Amstrad's name on it, and ran Amstrad's only software for some strange reason. Right, I do need to change that again. Trying to protect my army painter. Mats, because I'm going through the mats somewhat terrible. Sorry, army painter. There we go. So I'll get these two tracks done. It's been a bit rough with it. It's gonna in between all of the wheels and the sprockets and the bits and pieces, and I can go back over and get and pick up the so you can I'm not close in again. Yeah, catch you next week, Archnin. Thanks for popping by. You know what? Come to me. Where am I more relaxed? There we go. So this is just typhus corrosion again. You've seen it all week, not the past few weeks. And again, it's just a quick Ferdinand. As I had pointed out to me off Seb, who is a Ferdinand master, these never came in grey. The only place that they appear in grey is black and white photos. or World of Tanks. So as it's all for World of Tanks, then we're all good. So that's that one done, and now the Tiger. So yeah, if anyone wants to have a look at probably one of the best games ever invented, is go on YouTube and look for 3D Monster Maze. It was out on the ZX81. It came on a cassette. It was, even back in 1980, which gives the game away of when it came out and what the numbers mean. It was £30 if I remember rightly, because the ZX81 itself was £100. I remember seeing the adverts for it, wishing I could have one, and then my gran and granddad got me it for my birthday present in 1981. Yes, at that time I was 9. Just scary. I'm quite surprised I didn't have some wisecrack comments coming from behind me as Joe and Zoe walked past talking about my age. They've ran off. They're back. They're listening. Tank tracks. I so want to do these tank tracks in metallic silver. So I was playing on computers a year before you were born. Don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I like to believe it's a good thing. Yeah, Jack. It was before colour tellies really became much of a thing. The first, even my, I think the Acorn Electron had something like 16 colours. So what I've done there is just, I've gone quite rough with it this time. And done that over the wheels, and then took a cotton bud, cleaned off as much as I could. Do that sort of look. So the back wheels have got the mud on, the front wheels are actually clear where it's rubbed off, sort of thing. A bit more on there. CPC 464 had a green screen option. I remember it well. There you go. I'm going to do the same on, don't think it's going to be quite the same, but I'll do it a bit. Yeah, I'll pick that up with the paint and the grey. I do need to clean a lot of stuff in that. So yeah, there was the world was a bit of a, yeah. no one really understood what computers were back there and games and stuff like that. I remember, bless him, my dad asked my nana to get me some software for my ZX81, and she came back to him asking what size I was, or what size feet I had, or something like that. And I was like, oh wow. But yeah, back then computers were really not massively thought of as a had to go down software. Had to go to Stockton, and it was Topsoft down by Boys, on the right hand side over the road from Boys. And Topsoft used to feed me computer games. I would take them in, trade them in, get them back, play them again, and that sort of stuff, long before I learnt the wonderful world of piracy. And yes, it used to be out the back, because I used to go into Leslie Brown's, up the side street to yes, I remember buying them from Boots as well, because yeah, wow. So I'm going to quickly put some colour onto the KV2, Russian's strongest tank. Dovecot Street. The Tandy's was up where Debenhams was, and the Dovecot Street one was Fantasy Computers, if I remember rightly. A Russian, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Fantasy Computers started there. And then they moved further round into Dovecot itself. So literally diagonally opposite Dovecot Art Centre, next to in between Cito's and the fish place. They did have their setup in there. Yes, yeah, they did. If I remember rightly, the story goes is the last who owned it. Yes, near the door. I'll come back to something in a sec, Jack, that you've just reminded me of. Yeah, what actually happened is the last that ended up running fantasy games or fantasy computers. Yeah, Kinger, it was you. Don't tell him. So I'm doing a 50-50. I'm doing Jack's mix of 50-50 reflective and the other one. I think I've gone a bit thick. Oh. Yeah, they basically split up and ended up. No, look. I even wrote on it. King. See. A bit darker. Oh, I remember because I did the. So yeah, towards the top end of Stockton, near up where Beanie's was, but the other side of the buildings was Record Mart, and Record Mart had computer games sections. She was Russian, mate. Or some Baltic state type, Ukrainian or something like that. So I'm just putting the base colours down. I'm trying not to do it over my mats as well. So yeah, I used to buy and sell a lot of computer games. I had my first foray into trading and buying and selling was by a gentleman who now has a store just around the corner from. I say he does. It's probably one of his sons now. Around the back of Beanie's, called Thursby Computers. Or Thursby Group, and he taught me some really valuable lessons about trading, including not spending profit, always having money there to buy when something comes along. Always have the means to get it if it's a bargain. Because the day will come along that you'll get a bargain and it will suit what you're doing for the business massively, and you just don't have the money. And that was done with a Commodore 128. I wanted a Commodore 128 so much that I spent all the profit that I've been making. And Roy wouldn't sell me any of the cheap stuff anymore. He said I should have been in a position to buy the bigger boxes and more games and stuff like that. And it did. It taught me a big lesson. Market trend at the moment, 40k is very strong. Doing product and painting 40k is a very, very good direction to go in. It's very much a buyer's market, but if you can, as a seller, if you can attract the right people and keep those customers loyal and look after your customers, then yeah, 40k is a big seller at the moment. There's a lot of niche. We have a group called the Indie Games Group. Yeah. The Indie Game Group was off the back of Boo Boo Hamster Snowing, and another lad called Steve Day, and a couple of others that had basically removed my blinkers. I was very much Yeah, no, FFG, nothing else. FFG stuff. FFG's this. FFG's doing this. No, it's good what you did. And basically, Snowy started. I don't know. I take the P a lot and say, "Oh God, what Snowy got us into now?" Exactly like he thinks we've done. But he opened my eyes to other games. Started showing me other games, introduced me to another gaming group that does a lot of these indie games. I'm not very active with that group, but I do listen to what a lot of them say. One of them does come by here. I would love to do a lot more with them, but it's probably going to be after lockdown. And that is Gotham to Samaria, not Somalia. A great bunch of lads. One of the painters that Snowy knows really well, Van Strack, has a channel. Normally works during the day. I haven't seen much of him lately. I think his next door neighbour's been getting a load of work done, so he hasn't. But they opened my eyes to what games? Conquest, Twisted. They're still here. Egan, say hello to Egan. Jean. We've still got Twisted. We've still got other bits and pieces to do. But we don't get to play as much as I'd like. I have an idea coming up. I've got someone who's helping me out a lot at the moment. He's involved with Protec, so he was here all day yesterday. He's been out all day today helping out, and he'll be here tomorrow. Yeah, there we go. Signum, Mythos, Moonstone, Twisted, War Machine, probably, yeah. Bot Wars, Wasteland Warfare, one of Steve's. I could just look around and see what's on my shame shelf. Fallout. Yeah. But that got me... Cough, not Transformers Wars, yeah. World of Tanks eventually came from that. But what happened was Snowy got me... And Steve as well. And I think who else was in there? Pushing. Drugs. And they got me thinking about other games and looking at other games. Elder Scrolls is another one. A little bit of Marvel Crisis, Tesseract Glow Wars. Yeah. I could just look up on there as well. But all that stuff. What's the car one, Snowy, that we need to play again? There's a car one where you can use any small scale cars, and I've got a box full of stuff for that. The Mythos stuff, I've got a couple of things. Gaslands was another one. All of those little games, we started looking at games that were really quick to get involved with and go, boom, we've got this, we're playing it. It's a 50 quid game. If we get two or three games out of it, it's like 2 or 3 visits to the cinema. It's paid it for itself. It's Outer Rim. I haven't got into BattleTech yet, Snowy. I've managed to skirt round the outer rim of that one. I was looking for somewhere in here. I do have a don't know where it's gone. A Jeep that I did for it. I've got Outer Rim, Egan. It is really good. And Lord of the Rings Journeys into Middle Earth was another one. Infinity is another one. I'm going to be doing some Infinity stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I might look at... If some people put their BattleTech Kickstarters up for sale, I might join in on that and grab a couple of bits, mate. I had it... Not many people were playing it, so I got rid of it, and I did the usual thing, got rid of stuff and I shouldn't. Right, where's that army shader? Green tone, military shader. That's what we used. Me and Ronan have been doing the starting on the scenery. Yeah, I've made you the offer, mate. If you, I'm not trying to push drugs on you, but the offer is there. Yes, I did look as well. Yeah, it's somewhat. When we get a bit further down the line, it's something we can look at. Kinger, I've got 2 sat there doing now. I'll let that dry for a little bit longer before I jump in and bit of that. Just a bit of water, not water, airbrush medium. And mix that together while that's drying. But yeah, Bot Wars was interesting, but it changed a massive look on games I was playing. And just the outlook of stuff. If X-Wing was to end tomorrow, if X-Wing was to end tomorrow, me and the business are still safe. Whereas go back 3 years, ProTech nearly went bankrupt because we were majorly invested in X-Wing 1.0. And when 2.0 dropped, we had £250,000 worth of stock on the shelf that overnight became kindling. As with the lockdown, and as we've said to a lot of our friends lately, we took a step back, adapted, and overcame. Since then, I've not put all eggs in one basket. We do a few different games now, quite a lot of different games actually. 40k seems to be a mainstay. We only do second hand. I'm not willing to compete over pennies. I'm not willing to compete with Beanie Games either. It's just not what I want to do. Fighting over scraps of people's orders that you're only going to make 50p on a £20 sale. It's just not. Yeah. It's not quite right. There's a lot of effort for nothing. You can get systems put in. I know Beanies has an amazing system that cuts out a lot of the work, and it's just like an EPOS system that reorders with wherever it needs to, and that sort of stuff, which is brilliant. But not for me. Second-hand stuff, there's a lot more money to be made in second-hand stuff for obvious reasons. It's deals come along, you can pick stuff off of eBay for next to now at certain times. You can get lucky on eBay. You can get lucky in Infinity, picking up small fortunes of armies for peanuts. But yeah, I wouldn't be, if it hadn't been for these guys at the start of lockdown, I don't think we'd still be here, because X-Wing sales have floundered. There's no ifs or buts or anything like that. So yeah, X-Wing sales have floundered massively. There's no way to sugarcoat it. I know it. I've seen it. I felt it. Get over it. It's done. It's not going to change until lockdown's over, and people might want to start buying the cards. If they don't, and they'll be playing on TTS. Ah, cool. And can I post anything in there? Because yeah, I keep getting kicked out of groups for. Oh, that group. Aaron Utley's group. Is Aaron still helping run it? No, he's gone. So yes, Aaron handed that group over to Jess and Chico, and I used to help promote it. Aaron Utley used to do the Marek Steel Open in America, and we did loads of prizes for him and supported him. But that group, yeah, they've been great. I don't tend to spam in that group too much because they do have a Friday thing. Yeah, I might be at the tables, but I don't think I'll be playing as much. Mark, in all honesty, I'll probably be coming down to Element and IQ and all places like that for the events, playing, maybe helping out at the events or just coming to see friends. Competitive X-Wing, I just don't feel it anymore. I don't think I felt it for quite some time. Yeah, I've used Tabletop Simulator before some of the staff left FFG. I had a polite reminder that they wouldn't help me and they wouldn't support me if I was promoting promoting TTS, which after speaking to them I can fully understand, and just, yeah, it's just one of those things. They're not going to give me £100 worth of giveaway stuff to use on a TTS tournament that isn't promoting. I've spoke to Mark about this as well last night. I just feel that there is something to do there. You always let me win though, Jack. I know you. You just try to make me feel good. I think there should, yeah, I think there should be, personally, and I've said this on the forum and got a lot of backlash for it. I don't really care. I think there should be some sort of, when you enter a TTS competition that is supported by a business or a store or something like that, I think the store should be looking, or the company should be going, what have you got? Have you got all of this list? Can you send us a photo? Or part of the prerequisite of entering, you send a photo of yourself with your list. It then shows you're still supporting the stores, you're still buying the product, you're still supporting FFG, Atomic Mass Games, and it's not too hard to police. It's a 2-second picture, put the list on the table, and it puts everyone back onto the same playing field as if they were going to Element or going to IQ for a Sunday tournament. You have to have all the stuff. You can't just print your stuff out and turn up with it. So yeah, and thank you for the follow. So yeah, it's just one of those things. I have mixed feelings on TTS, as I've made my point. I think it could be good. I think it could be bad. I think it would be less of a thorn in FFG's side if more said, yeah, bring your yeah. Yeah, it's never going to replace the thing, but during FFG, yeah, I just think it could be used as a great tool, better than it is at the moment. At the moment, a lot of people are making money out of it, thousands in some cases. Tweaking it slightly, you could make it massively FFG atomic friendly than people just turning up with no kit, winning a tournament, getting prizes, sort of thing. Again, personal feelings. We've discussed it to death on the groups, and I tended to get shot down by a lot of friends as well. So it could be good, it could be bad. Yeah. Cool. If anyone's interested, we've just been. No, I know for a fact, and I wouldn't have offered what I offered you, Mark, if it hadn't been any other than that. I wouldn't be. Also, if you made 100% profit off your first event, then that pays for the stuff in the second event. Then that's something I do agree with as well. So what I don't agree with is a company coming along out of the blue, having nothing to do with X-Wing, right up until, we can make a lot of money on TTS. Let's throw an event on. We'll borrow a couple of people to run the event, and we'll make £1,000. Yeah, cool. It doesn't help anyone. Taking on a big, even companies, even places that have done it in a bigger thing. I just feel there should be some give back to the community, or at least the company that's provided the tools for